Very good morning, dear students. How are you all? Have you ever heard about superstitions or misbeliefs? Have you ever discussed such things with anyone, or have you simply mistrusted something which was told to you without any basis, right? Superstitions are the things which we keep on doing because someone has told us that if a cat crosses the road, you shall wait over there. That's not a good omen, right? You might have heard about such things, I guess. So there are few of the images and words given over here. Reading them or seeing them, what are the ideas you get in your mind? Now there is a crow, dust, hemlock tree, a black cat or bat. What do you think about all these things? Have you ever discussed about this with anybody? So, dear students, we are going to study a very interesting topic today, which is written in the form of a poem, that is Dust of Snow. It's written by the greatest poet, Robert Frost. Now, what is the theme of this poem? That's a very important topic to be discussed. This is mainly written, the poet targets, he wants all of us, all the humans, not to have superstitions. Because what do we get if we have misbelief in something? Generally, as I spoke about the previous slide, few of the objects are simply called as the symbols of negativity or the symbols of sorrow, right? So hemlock tree is one of that. Crow, looking at the crow, people, they don't feel happiness. They feel like they just want to scare it away, right? Even snow, even dust. So what does the poet targets over here? Instead of looking at these things as the object of negativity, he shows positivity. The second important message is poet's optimism to find positive in the negative or insignificant things. Insignificant you can call as the things which have very less importance in our life. So let's discuss about the moral or central idea of Dust of Snow. As we can see, the poem, it mainly targets at the communication between nature and humans. As we all know, nature is a great benefactor. It keeps us giving all the time. Next important point is healing can be done even by nature. And nature also can help us in removing, eradicating, ending up, destructing the negative human emotions. You might have heard about this. When if someone is sick for a long time, doctors suggest a change of the place. They want the patient to go to some good hill stations, right? The significance of small natural events. Again, the idea is the same. Many times, if we cannot go for a big change, a small nature walk can add beauty to our day, right? So that's what is given as the significance of small natural event. A very important quotation from Robert Frost, which comes over here, is always a larger significance. A little things touch a larger thing. This is again in reference with the nature as a healing resource, right? So gist of the poem is continued. Again, this poem describes a very simple happening in very simple words. It even tells us that sometimes even a small incident may prove to be of larger significance or larger importance. So let's get more information about the poem. About the poet, Robert Lee Frost was born on March 26, 1874. Was the great, can call as the greatest American poet. His work was initially published in English, England, after it was published even in the United States, which was his own country. So, a few more information about the poet. Is known for his realistic depictions of rural life and his command of American colloquial speech. Frost frequently wrote about settings from rural life in New England. And in the early 20th century, we can say, using them to examine about complex social and philosophical themes. So he has got speciality over all these fields, we can say. And let's have a little introduction to the poem. Dust of Snow is, of course, a very beautiful short poem written by Robert Frost. This poem tells that even a small moment has a large significance, as we have discussed previously. The poet has mentioned crow and hemlock tree in his poem. Crow symbolizes or signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood. And hemlock tree, as we all know, is a poisonous tree. Both of these things together signify that the poet was not in a good mood. And so he describes the dark and depressive and bitter side of nature to present his similar mood. But by choosing all these negative objects, the message which the poet wishes to give takes us to the higher platform where he wants all the humans not to be superstitious. First point. The second very important point, he wants all of us to value nature, which is of course the greatest healer, which helps us in any situation. So let's get ready to study this poem. Thank you all.